Enter at your own peril, past the bolted doors where impossible things may happen that the world's never seen before. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my review of One Piece, chapter 1052. And boy, do we have an exciting chapter to talk about today. Just while everybody's filling in, I'm just gonna let you know, for all the people that are seeing this that come from B.D.A. Law's Discord server, because I've started to post these in Spotlight, so you might have seen them there. Just to let you know, I do have a Patreon if you're interested in donating to the channel. You can find that at www.patreon.com/AfroX. And there you can sign up in increments of either $5, $10, $30, $50, or $100 a month. You'll, of course, get benefits from all of those. At $5 a month, you'll get your name shown at the end of every edited video. $10 a month, you'll get your name shown and announced at the end of every edited video. At the $30 level, you will get all the rewards of the previous levels, plus you will get a link to my secret Discord, the AfroX AMA, where you can chat with me and also get to see every edited video one day early. And that also includes the original ones. Like if I have to redo a video for copyright or something like that, no, you're not seeing the redo. You are seeing the original product. If you do the $50 a month level, like our great donator Trixie Anime Heda, you'll get all the rewards of the previous levels. Your name will be shown in fancy lettering and fancy font, and you will get your name announced in fully edited audio with like an echo effect and stuff. That's really cool. And then you'll also get a handwritten thank you note from me. Now, if you do the $100 level, the highest level, you will get all the previous rewards, including a handwritten thank you note from me, link to my Discord, everything, and you will get an invite to every single live stream that I do. And on that live stream, you will be able to plug your channel and anything else you want to talk about. Because honestly, at $100 a month, you're pretty much running the channel. So that's all the stuff about Patreon. Anyways, let's get into it. One Piece chapter 1052, titled New Morning. So there is a lot to pick apart here. Starting from the beginning, honestly, we have the cover story, which is Germa 66 are now walking out of Whole Cake Island after rescuing Niji and Yonji. And we see the return of Caesar Clown. We've been wondering where Caesar was for a long time. And he's hiding behind a wall here. And the title of it is German 66's Cold-Blooded Voyage, Volume 14. A certain scientist failed to get away. So I think Caesar right now is really trying to figure out, hey, what do I do? Do I stay here and possibly get killed by Big Mom's family? Or do I go and follow the Germa as they are apparently escaping? So now that we've got Caesar Clown back, there's much more precedence for getting Katakuri back in the cover story. So excited for that. A note from Ichiro Oda here says rice paper is great. You can wrap up salad from the convenience store and make a summer roll. I'll wrap up anything. Thank you very much for the food tip, Oda. You spoil us way too much. All right. So beginning of the chapter. We start off in the Holy Land, Marijua. The Gorosei are kind of freaking out about Nika emerging. As you know, if you haven't been paying attention to probably the past 10 to 20 chapters of One Piece, Luffy goes into Gear 5th form, which is the re-emergence in the world of the sun god Nika, the legendary sun god Nika. So they say 2 emperors have fallen. We won't be able to cover this up. So yeah, for them, like, things are going really bad right now. Pretty much the god of the entire world has been reincarnated, and 2 of the emperors that were keeping the world in stability are gone now. So they're like, hey, you know what? We lost the big fish. We ain't getting out of this one, but you know what? We still gonna take what we can get. So can we still get Nico Robin? And that's my point, is why I think Robin will end up as an Emperor of the Sea, because like she is still to this day public enemy number 1. But yeah. So they're trying to get a message to who's it, to Kawamatsu, I believe his name is, and the signals being jammed to the ships on the sea. And then we get such a beautiful image. We finally see the sun starting to shine in on Wano. After 20 years of tyranny in Wano, the news of the Kozuki victory is being met with jubilation. And then I like what this goes into. I love this talk between Drake and Hawkins. It's also nice that we see Hawkins is alive for this moment in time. But yeah, Hawkins and Drake are still inside the castle, and yeah, Hawkins not looking good. Like, I believe we can even see here, like, it looks like his arm is just spraying blood at this point, or at least dripping it. Yeah. So Drake is kind of making fun of him on the floor. He's like, dude, I thought your cars were supposed to keep you safe if you stuck with Kaido. And Hawkins kind of reveals that he was never really with Kaido. He was like, even if I did foresee his victory, do you really think I would have gone crawling back to him? Like Hawkins knows. He's like, even if I knew Kaido was gonna win, I still wouldn't have been fully on his side. But Hawkins was like, yeah, I thought I saw everything, but like Kid and his crew, they fought to the death. They were willing to die to win, and apparently, super strong willpower can overcome being able to see the future. And so we flash back to when Hawkins was saying, I'm looking for the survival chances for a certain man, and Drake thought that that man was him, and it turns out the whole time that Hawkins was divining his own future and seeing if he would survive to the next day. And from what we can see with the blackened out eyes and the blood stain, it looks like "it was me" was his final words. That Hawkins is fully dead now. So Drake's still alive. Hawkins is most likely dead. So then we go over to the Flower Capital. This is 7 days, a full week later. So, one thing I really want to keep into perspective here is that, like, for us, Zoro has been like unconscious for like months of real time, but in the perspective of the One Piece universe, like right after Onigashima, he'd only been unconscious for a few hours, which honestly still is not good. But now we look at it, and 7 days have gone by, and like both Zoro and Luffy been out like a light, been totally unconscious for a week now. So yeah, this is it is scary, but it's also really cool to think about. So apparently the children before were being taught by a snake woman who was on Kaido's side. So they were like, we gotta like reteach you history, because now that we know about the show, or about the 9 red scabbards coming through time and stuff like that, like all the history we've taught all our children is wrong now. And so he's like, we're gonna start by telling you about Kozuki Oden. Whew. It is nice to know that the kids of Wano are being taught the truth now. So anyways, everybody's pretty much is celebrating and talking about all the stuff that was happening about Denjiro being in disguise. At Paradise Farm, talking about, hey, does anyone know about the man that took down Kaido? And I love what they say here. Because they say he's apparently a warrior known as Joy Boy. This is the first time that we are ever hearing. Oh, sorry, my Siri came up. Anyways, this is the first time that we are hearing him. We are hearing Luffy not being referred to as Luffy, but this is kind of the beginning of. I'm not talking to you, Siri.
Okay.
This is kind of the beginning of Luffy's legend, and this is the first time that Luffy has been referred to not as Luffy but as Joy Boy. He's apparently a warrior known as Joy Boy, and I think that is really cool. They say, I heard he's no longer in the country. I would love to see him in person. His heroism rivals the legendary god of the blade. Now they're talking about serious stuff. They're talking about Ryuma. Like, you remember way back in Thriller Bark, back in the bad old days, or maybe the good old days. But anyways, back in Thriller Bark, that old dude, the zombie that Zoro has to fight to get Shusui, that is Ryuma, the legendary god of the blade. That's the guy who, in all the flashbacks, we thought was maybe Zoro's father or grandfather or something like that. But they're saying that Luffy is now on the same level as like this legendary dude, like a swordsman that was known to be like Luffy is at the same level as the original greatest swordsman in the world. Like, that's his fame level right now. Which is saying something. So we cut to we cut to oh, I'm sorry. I said the wrong name before. The Kappa guy is named Kawamatsu. So we cut to Kawamatsu and oh gosh, I'm blanking on his Kinemon. There we go. We cut to Kawamatsu and Kinemon, and they're sitting by the shrine up in Ringo at the Eternal Graves, and they're like, yeah, we're building a shrine for Kozuki Oden, and he's gonna be put here. And then they also say, and we're gonna make one for Yasui Dono and all the daimyo who fought for this country, and ending with Ashura and Izo. So it is confirmed Ashura Doji and Izo are dead. They are fully dead. So that is honestly really sad. But yeah. So they're just thinking about like, hey, maybe we'll be honored someday too. And then Marco shows up and he says, seems like I've been left behind once again to say goodbye. And this this chapter is just such a great example of kind of proving what I'm saying here. Like some people think that Marco is gonna be a warlord of the sea, or an emperor of the sea, and this is why I don't think he is, because he said it himself. I'm the dude who gets left behind. Like nobody really cares where I am, what I'm doing. Like I try he's like I jump in, I maybe save one person, I do, or I give an inspiring speech. Like he's like, I'm done. Like looking at Marco, all he is there to do right now is to represent Whitebeard. He is a stand-in for Whitebeard right now. And he's kind of representative of the last generation too. Like we're coming into this generation with like all new people talking about Law, Kid, Luffy, Zoro, and Marco is part of the last generation. He's part of the Whitebeard Pirates. And so he's not, I hate to say it, but Marco the Phoenix is not relevant anymore. He said himself, he is literally the person who gets left behind to say goodbye. And Kinemon says, we are the ones who remain. But he says, if something were to happen to any more of our heroes, I don't think I could take it. So yeah, that's a feeling. So then we get to the best part. We get to the happiest part of the chapter. So Yamato, it turns out she has taken a vigil, or she's doing a fast, and she has vowed not to sleep or eat until Luffy and Zoro wake up. So she has not eaten or slept in a week. So she she about to start hurting herself, or he is about to start hurting himself. I'm sorry, I need to get the pronoun. I need to make sure I'm using the right pronouns for Yamato. So he's really starting to hurt himself. And so but he still is so playful because he says Luffy-san and Zorojuro-san, they finally open their eyes, and comes in and like jump flying kicks Momonosuke in the face. So anyways, we finally see one of my favorite panels Like of course Luffy waking up is great, but we finally see that Zoro is alive. I'm so and we get one of these. I'm so fucking happy that Zoro is alive. I'm just overjoyed. I'm ecstatic. Anyways, so um yeah, everybody's celebrating, everybody's eating and drinking. Or no. So her vigil wasn't that she wouldn't sleep. Her vigil was, or his vigil was that he wouldn't eat and he wouldn't bathe until Zoro and Luffy woke up. So he's really hungry and he smells really bad. So anyways, then we get like an interesting kind of look here as Momonosuke, like as a kid, jumps right onto Nami's boobs again. Um and Nami like completely punches him away and rejects him. And uh he's like, but I'm still 8 years old. And she's starting to get that. And of course the pervs, both Sanji and Brook, are just like, welcome to adulthood, no more special privileges for you. And they're just loving it. But yeah, pretty much everybody's just like having having a good time and kind of just getting back up, feeling good. So we flash back to the moment where Sanji tells Zoro to put him down. And so Sanji and Zoro are back at their old bickering thing, and so everybody takes a bath. And what is an interesting point to look at here is Nami asks Yamato to take a bath with her. And at this point, Yamato says, "This castle doesn't have mixed baths, so I'll pass." Yamato so much identifies as a man that he doesn't even care that he has boobs or any of the stuff down there, you know. um like Yamato's identity is so much a man that it's even a denial of his physical traits. um and this, it's very interesting. And maybe saying a denial is a bad thing, but I can't think of a better word to describe it. Or maybe just a willful ignorance of his own physical traits. But like, we go to the bath scene, and like, there is Yamato in the men's bath, naked with all the other men. And Momonosuke is like even freaking out because Yamato's in there and they got clouds over his boobs and stuff like that. So yeah. Sanji, if you look really closely, you can see Sanji in the background having a nosebleed because like Yamato's just like, hey, yeah, I'm a dude, full out, full on. But yeah, this is a nice picture. It's funny because um we even see like Brook, and Brook even has no clothes on, so he's just bones. But yeah, everybody is really relaxing. In the women's bath, we see all the kids like playing with the girls and stuff like that. That's nice. So then we cut over to the shipyard, and Frankie and Usopp have fixed the Thousand Sunny, Captain Kidd's ship, and Law's ship. And I believe Law's ship is a submarine, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, So Frankie's not only fixed them, but he's improved Kid's ship and Law's ship, um, which is pretty cool. But Kid is still pretty upset, and he's talking to his crew, and he's like, "Don't get too buddy buddy with them. Like we can't be sure we're safe until we are back out on the open sea, because he's just like, guys, now that Kaido and Big Mom is gone, like now that this alliance is technically over, they could turn on us at any moment. We're all back to being rivals. We're all back to hating each other. Like it's no longer um Kid Law Luffy, that alliance. It is Kid versus Law versus Luffy. Like we are back on track. We are all heading to the One Piece because we all want to be the Pirate King. And only one person can be the king of the pirates. So I mean, Kid is very much being a realist here. So and Law says that's right. Um, but Law is more talking about like the Marines finding out and what's going to happen and stuff. He says being in a closed off country doesn't necessarily mean they can't find out, but it does mean we have no way to monitor what their response will be. So then Scratchman Apu comes up, riding on the hand of one of the numbers, and of course he's the one who lets out the word about everything. And he brings the newspaper, which the newspaper has everyone's updated bounties and the names of those who are newly dubbed the new emperors of the sea, or dubbed the new emperors of the sea. So in the next chapter, we're about to find that out. So the chapter ends before anybody can really look that up, but we see a silhouette of a man flying with a flower on his back, apparently, and this is Admiral Ryokugyu, which, if you don't recognize who that is, it is pretty much, it is the admiral that was hanging out in Marijois, and he's the real mysterious admiral who's like super strong. Like I believe this was the guy who was the guy who sat on the throne of like the most powerful man in the world, even though you're not supposed to because they run it like a government state. But this is the admiral who self-titled himself as king of the world. So yeah, this is bad news, and honestly, it really looks like the fight between uh the Luffy and his alliance and the Emperors is over, and it looks like the Marines are about to be really bad sports, and they're just about to third party the whole thing. They're gonna hit while everybody's down, and they're just gonna be real unsportsmanlike about it. But they're like, that's what we have to do, because I mean, at this point, the world government's looking at it and they're like, we lost Luffy. Like, there is no way at this point that we can stop Luffy or anything he's going to do. But we ain't going down without a consolation prize. We don't go out like a bitch. We still gonna grab Nico Robin and put her in a chlorine tank. So yeah. Anyways, Trix the anime hater is in here. Trix says, yo, back to you, man. And he says, how are you? I'm doing all right. I'm having a bit of a tough day because just yesterday I completely lost my wallet, like to the point that there is no possible way that it is gone. Like the only possible way that I could have lost my wallet yesterday is that it blinked into a pocket dimension. Like that is the only possible way. I lost it while I was sitting still in a car, and and did not move. That is how crazy the situation is that I did not move, and I somehow lost my wallet while sitting still in a car in between 2 points. So the only rational explanation is that either it is somewhere in that car that we just have not seen, or my wallet has fully disappeared into a pocket dimension, and pocket dimensions actually exist. So anyways, I'm trying to fix that whole thing, freezing my cards, getting new cards, getting a new ID, stuff like that. But things are gonna work out, and I'll be back. I'll buy a new wallet, and everything will be fine. Um. Anyways, hey, we got Sosa Potence in here. Wow, this is crazy. We just started getting more people in here, and I'm actually done with the whole description of the chapter. But anyways, uh thanks for coming in, Sosa. We got Andrew Martin in here. He said, pretty soon we won't need wallets, bro. We'll have face scanners for everything. That actually really scares me, if we're being honest. My mom always told me when I was growing up that we'd come to a point in America where we would only be able to buy things if we had like a chip in our heads or something like that. And that would be like the beginning of the apocalypse and like the one world government and stuff like that. And that has always really scared me. Sosa says the new movie spoilers and early reactions are hype. I bet they are. I'll have to check those out, man. Speaking of anime news and stuff like that, we do got some exciting stuff coming up. First of all, and probably the thing I'm most excited for is we are finally getting a season 2 of The Devil is a Part-Timer, which I have been waiting for so long. It has been at the top of my list of animes that need a second season, and I can no longer say that it needs a second season because of getting a second season. Also, the final trailer for Dragon Ball Super Superhero just came out, and that looks pretty exciting. So that'd be something to look into. Anyways, if you know of any more anime news that is happening right now, things that are coming out, stuff like that, let me know down in the comments. I'm sorry that I've taken like 2 weeks off. It's just been a crazy 2 weeks. I played a DJ gig for a photography company, and then last week I was just honestly recovering from doing that also. And so today I'm jumping back on everything. I'm getting back into it. I'm kicking my own ass here, and I'm gonna start working on an edited video today. And yeah, we'll be back to normal next week. There will be a Anime Legends live stream, and actually in a couple weeks we'll be doing the 50th episode. So that's of course going to be an open stream and going to be really exciting. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. Keep YouTubing, YouTubers. Don't fight the fro, and always remember to stay legendary. And we'll see you next week with chapter 1053. See you later, YouTube. Bye-bye.